Hello everyone, so today's video focuses on beauty again, and it also serves to put to the test all of the good and exciting things that I got in my Sephora VIB haul that I uploaded on Friday. So the first product, however, is not one that was in the haul. It's a recent favorite of mine. It's the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. If you've never found a primer that you like, which had been the case for me, this one is really nice because it doesn't have too much of that slippery silicone feel. And it does seem to apply really well underneath my favorite Clinique BB cream, which I'm applying all over my face. As I mentioned in my haul, it's probably my all-time favorite foundation, and also has SPF and happens to be really lightweight and applies really well and really quickly with fingers. And then its new companion is the Guerlain Multi-Perfecting Concealer, which is my first time trying it. It's so pigmented, much more so than I had expected. So a tiny little pinprick amount really served to give some really nice coverage under my eyes, and I didn't find that it creased at all throughout the day, so that's a real positive. And then I'm applying my Laguna bronzer, which is an old favorite of mine, quite sparingly throughout the face on all of the areas that you would normally contour, but quite effortlessly, just a small amount to warm up the face a little bit and kind of give a bit of a healthy effect under harsh office lighting. The blush that I'm using today is another old favorite. It is my Tarte Exposed. It's my favorite blush to wear to work because I think it's just one of those that you don't really notice. It just looks like a really nice natural flush. It's a bit more on the neutral mauve side, and it goes with pretty much any makeup and clothing look you could think of. And then on top of that, I've been using my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Luminous Light throughout the entire face to blend in all the other makeup. It really serves to keep the blending of blush and foundation to a minimum because it really smooths everything out and makes your whole look come together. I then finish the whole look off with some more glowiness through the Bobbi Brown new highlighter. It's the pink glow color that I purchased. I was a little nervous about this, that it would be too kind of frosted or really noticeable. But it really is completely natural. It's even more seamless than the Becca one is, and I think it's a really nice light highlighter for work for that reason. Then for my eye area, I'm using my NARS primer and then just a little tiny extra pinprick of concealer right around the inner eye corner because I have a lot of darkness there. My new eyeshadow palette is from Becca. It's the Ombre Rouge one, which is really warm, and it really kind of was a lot of fun to use and very different from anything else that I've tried in terms of colors. It is very warm, but despite my cool skin tone, I found that everything really blended very seamlessly, much like a Tom Ford eyeshadow would, really buttery. And I really like to keep the eye look very simple for work every day. Something that's matte but has a little sheen like these eyeshadows works well. So I use the lightest shade in the inner eye corner and brow bone. Then I use the mauve shade all over the eyelid and into the crease. Define the crease with the terracotta shade, and then use the kind of aubergine darkest color at the outer eye corner. And I really enjoyed the way it was a more interesting version of the dark brown or black that I would normally use, and it didn't require a lot of blending for the whole look to come together. Everything just sort of melted together really well and just took a few minutes, which is what you want when you're getting up early and you have to rush off to work. I'm using my Shu Uemura good old eyelash curlers, give those eyelashes a little bit of a curl, and then my Dolly Winks eyeliner. Now, I have to say, we all have our vices, and you're now discovering one of mine. I do pull on my outer eye corner a little bit in order to define my eye with liquid liner. I just find that it's what works for me and what works for my eye shape. It really stabilizes and allows me to create that really thin, fine and even line. I'm not a makeup artist, so I just do what works for me on an everyday basis. And then I've always really enjoyed drugstore mascaras. I really like the CoverGirl Lash Blast, or right now I'm using the good old L'Oreal Voluminous, and what I love about this mascara is how buildable it is without becoming overly clumpy, and it just layers so beautifully. So I go ahead and pretty much blink into the brush of the mascara. Again, probably not the proper way of doing it, but I find that it really helps to volumize my lashes. My favorite brow product at the moment is a Tom Ford Brow Definer. I really like how natural it looks. And then I'm topping it off with the Benefit Gimme Brow Setting Gel. This is still the old packaging that I'm using, but if you watched my haul then you know that I picked up a backup because I like it so much. It adds a little bit of extra color and definition and sets my brows without leaving a weird shine or shimmer, unlike many other products. And then of course, because I'm obsessed with lush looking lashes, I go back and give them a second coat once they have dried a little bit. And that is pretty much it for the face and eye makeup. You can see that Fufu, who loves the limelight, has crawled up behind my chair. So I took a quick break to give him a pet and then moved on to my lip look. I'm using the new matte pencil from the Bite gift set that I purchased. It's the color Leche. It's a really beautiful mauve-y nude that isn't too plummy or anything like that. It's really easy to wear. And if you've watched some of my previous videos, you know that I'm not a fan of matte lips normally, but this one is so creamy that it actually covered up the dryness of my lips really well, but I wanted a little extra shine around the middle of the lip to make everything look a little bit more plump, so I went ahead and just put a very small amount of my new lip gloss, which is from Buxom, and it's the color Rose Julep, which is a really pretty medium pink, and I went ahead and just tapped that into my entire lip area, which really helps to keep the color from looking overly harsh or noticeable under bright lighting in an office, and it also really helps to blur your lip line just a little bit so that your whole lip looks that much fuller. This is the point in my beauty routine where I apply my perfume. You don't want to rub it in too much, and just one spritz of my new fragrance from Commodity, which is the Book scent, the very unusual combination of cucumber and woodsy scents. Just needs one quick spritz because it's very potent, and I let that settle in while I do my hair. You can see I actually ended up pinning it back up again because I was having a bad hair day, and then I put on my Nouvelle Pearls once I was sure that everything makeup-wise and product-wise had set into my skin. So that is the finished look. You can see up close how it's very glowy without being overly shimmery at all. The eyes are very simple but still very defined, and overall this look makes me feel very rosy and healthy and put together, which is how you want to feel when you have a long day ahead. So for that reason, I hope you found this tutorial useful. It will be my go-to look for work during the whole season, and if you would like to see a more defined statement type look, then I will be doing one for the holidays, so make sure you subscribe to see that video and my other installments on style.